Hey RainBaes, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, don't forget to go ahead and check out some of my previously posted videos. So I had to take a break from my growing through the season recovery updates because I just really needed to heal physically and mentally. So here's a quick update as to how I'm healing now that I am officially 7 weeks postpartum as of yesterday. So I found out at my almost 6 week appointment that my incision from my fifth C-section had opened up. And not only did it open up, it also got infected too. I had to take time to let my body heal before I came back to chat with you all. My incision is closed now, and even though I am of course still healing, I have been able to move around and use my body more than I have been able to in the last few weeks. So the last time you all seen me, I was back outside and trying to get back into the garden. And even though I took a break from updating you all on how recovery and gardening is going right now, I did not completely step back from the garden. Right now, I am still gardening. I am just gardening a little different than what I typically do. It has been easier for me to container garden. So container gardening for me is not as strenuous, and I'm not going to be like overdoing things as I'm gardening. So I definitely want to show you all what I'm growing here on my deck. Right now on my deck, I have some cabbage mixed with an onion that I had in my home. I have some herbs. This is parsley and oregano. When I went to go flip this soil and put something in here, I noticed that I still had turmeric growing, so I'm leaving that. Here is spinach. I started cucumbers in this pot. This one has potatoes in it, and it looks like they're starting to pop up, so it's almost time to mound them. This pot I'm starting flowers in. They have not germinated yet. And of course I have some house plants that I took outside. I went to go plant something here and then I noticed this. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I'm going to leave it and see if it's either a weed or a plant. This is a different variety of this house plant. It usually fills this entire pot up, and it's a pretty big pot. It dies off in the winter and then comes back. I also have a kale plant that I'm going to stick in the ground, hopefully one day. And these are just more house plants. And these are ever-bearing strawberries. I've had these in this pot here for, this will be the second year. Also stuck an onion in here as well, just to kind of deter pests. This pot is full of zinnias, some of which have popped up already. I think I also put some lettuce in here. So I want this to be full of flowers. Some of these pots down here are full of flowers as well, different variety of flowers. And then I have a blueberry bush. This pot over here is full of, it looks like ants and marigolds, some of which popped up. And then these are carrots that I had from the fall season. And this is also lettuce that I had from the fall season that I just went ahead to feed. I took off one of the heads. So this was full with lettuce, but I've been eating from it. This is another planter with lettuce, cilantro, and basil. So there's like basil and lettuce on one side, and then flowers and cilantro on another. So here is almost the overview of all the pots I have growing things in here for my patio or container garden. Okay, so now that I am actually feeling better, I have been able to do something, not a whole bunch, but I will be doing a little bit here and there to the garden. First thing is I had my son somewhat cut around the garden just so I can see what's going on. And then I planted some plants over here. So I have rosemary over there, and then over here I have cabbage and Brussels sprouts. I'm trying to see what this kale is going to do. I noticed that there's little bugs all over this one here, so I'm trying to get rid of them by just trimming it back. But it almost seems like they are navigating to other kale plants. I pulled up one and planted rosemary to kind of prevent some kind of pest. Not sure, but I'll probably be redoing some kale plants in the future. And then I'm noticing too that there are like some wildflowers popping up. This looks like some type of wildflower here. Not sure what it is yet. I have other flowers that have popped up as well. I also went ahead and I planted a hydrogena. I think that's how you say it. I'll insert a picture of how they look. But I planted one over here in the ground. I really want to make sure that my garden has a lot of herbs and flowers in it this year. I think I made a mistake of doing that last year, of not giving myself enough herbs and flowers for the garden so that I can have more of an abundance of fruits and also to kind of get rid of pests. Gardening is full of surprises, and this one really took me back. So this is a Swiss chard plant that I noticed did not die off at all. And I hadn't taken care of this plant even through the season in which I was able to really care for it. But now that it's still here and still thriving, I went ahead and I gave it some new soil, and I also fertilized and watered it really well. So I can't wait to see how this one turns out. I notice onions, even though I know sometimes they can be perennial plants, meaning that they'll come back each year. I hadn't thought that I would see onions because I didn't have too much luck with them last year, but I'm noticing that some onions are popping up. And also, these were two basil trees or bushes that I had, and they're still very aromatic, so I can like still smell the basil on them. And when I went to kind of pull them up, they don't want to be pulled up. So I'm thinking of leaving these two basil bushes. Probably going to cut this stuff back soon to see if they'll actually come back to life. Now, I've never had basil bushes come back to life after a season of like cold and winter months, but I am excited to see if these ones will. And we have a lot of strawberries popping up. I have some that are flowering. I do need to go ahead and mound around the strawberries, or just like put some straw or maybe some mulch around the plants before all of them start kind of popping up and growing crazy, and I have a hard time getting to it. I also have some flowers that's popping up over here. I forget the name of these flowers, but I made sure that I planted a bunch of flowers throughout here last season. Me and my family have been coming out to the garden and trying to get rid of weeds, and also trying to get rid of any kind of like garbage, debris, or anything that I had out here. So this season, I won't only do a in-ground garden, I will also be doing a container garden. So for the days that I have the energy and the capacity to come out here and kind of manage the in-ground garden and do all the things that come with that, then I'll be able to step outside and do those things. And on the days where I don't have the energy, or I'm not physically able to make it outside and tend to the in-ground garden, I will be spending more time with the container garden. I really think that sticking to containers on some days and sticking to the garden on other days is really going to help my physical and my mental health. So I definitely want to make this known that different does not mean less work. Either way it goes, it's still going to be work having, growing, and maintaining a garden. But it's something that I look forward to doing every single day all throughout the year. I am building a garden in a way that works for me. So I want to bring you all with me on that journey and continue giving you all updates as to how I am healing physically and also how the garden is growing. I can't wait to catch you all on the next video. Until then, bye.